Gordon always pulled the big express. He was proud of being the only engine strong enough to do so. It was full of important people, like the Fat Controller, and Gordon was seeing how fast he could go.
急げ、急げ、急げ。
He said,
ガタンガトン、ガタンガトン。
said the coaches. In a minute, Gordon would see the tunnel where Henry stood bricked up and lonely.
やれやれ。なぜ私はこのトンネルに隠れてしまったのだろう。トップハムハット今日は私を許し、再び外に出してくれるだろうか。ヘンリーに大声で笛を吹いてやる。
said Gordon. He was almost there when... And there was Gordon going slower and slower in a cloud of steam. His driver stopped the train.
私に何が起こったのか。私はとても弱く感じる。
You've burst your safety valve, said the driver. You can't pull the train anymore.
くそ。私たちもうまくいっていたのに。そして見て、ヘンリーが僕を見て笑っている。
Everyone came to see Gordon. Huh, said the Fat Controller. I never liked these big engines. Always going wrong. Send for another engine at once. While the guard went to find one, they uncoupled Gordon, who had enough puff to slink onto the siding out of the way. Edward was the only engine left.
手伝いに行くよ。
He said,
無駄だよ。エドワードは列車を押せないんだ。
said Gordon. Edward puffed and pushed and pushed and puffed, but he couldn't move the heavy coaches.
だから言っただろう。ヘンリーにやらせてみたら。
Yes, said the Fat Controller, I will. Will you help pull this train, Henry? He asked.
ああ、そうしたいね。
said Henry. When Henry had got up steam, he puffed out. He was dirty and covered with cobwebs.
ああ、体が硬い、体が硬い。
He groaned. Have a run to ease your joints and find a turntable, said the Fat Controller. When Henry came back, he felt much better. Then they coupled him up.
準備はできている。
私も準備はできている。
強く引っ張る。俺たちならできる。
They puffed together.
一緒にやったんだ。
一緒にやったんだ。
said Edward and Henry.
やったね、万歳。やったね、万歳。
Sang the coaches. Everyone was excited. The Fat Controller leaned out of the window to wave at Edward and Henry. But the train was going so fast that his hat blew off into a field where a goat ate it for tea. They never stopped till they came to the station at the end of the line. The passengers all said thank you, and the Fat Controller promised Henry a new coat of paint. On their way home, Edward and Henry helped Gordon back to the shed. All three engines are now great friends. Henry doesn't mind the rain now. He knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is not to run into tunnels, but to ask his driver to rub him down when the day's work is over.